Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this decorative pillow. Now it has a half square triangle design. I'm using two different fabrics that coordinate really well with each other. Now there's two things that are done on this pillow that I will not demonstrate, and that is the quilting stitch pattern. So for those of you who are beginners, you don't need to worry about that. But if you are more experienced and you want to do quilting stitches, you can. For those of you who want to learn, the quilting stitch link tutorial is down below your YouTube screen. I also have piping that I have added onto it. So there will be a link in case you would like to add piping to your pillow. Okay, let's get started. Here are the two fabrics that I'm using. So make sure that your fabrics work well together for this particular pillow. Now this is the pretty side of my fabrics. This is the back side of them. So you want the back sides down on this one, and then you want the pretty side down against the pretty side of this fabric, and line up all of your edges. Now you need a long ruler to do this next step. You can use a yardstick or you can use one of these long quilting rulers. What I'm doing is I'm lining it up on the corner here and the corner all the way down here. And after you've got it all lined up, then just take a pencil and just draw a line right along there. Now you want to draw another line 1/4 of an inch away on each side of this center line. That's going to be your stitch line. So I'm going to put my 1/4 inch line on my ruler right on top of the line I just drew, and then draw another line. Then turn your fabric, and then you're going to repeat the step. Put the 1/4 inch line on your center line, and then draw another line. Now stitch on the two outside lines and back stitch at each end of the lines. Then take your ruler again, place it on top of the center line, the first line that you drew, and then either with scissors or a rotary cutter, go ahead and cut it in half. So now you have your two sections. Then you want to press these seams one more time, but this time you're going to open this up, and I want the seam on the bottom to go towards this fabric. So press it with the seam going this way. And then on this one here, I have a different fabric on top. I want to press the seam towards the other fabric. Now place the fabrics front sides together, and I want to bring this fabric against this one, and then of course you want these two pieces together, and line it up around all four edges. Then you're going to pin it. So at this corner here, if you notice, you want to line this seam up, and this seam up here on top is going in the opposite direction than this seam on the bottom. And that's going to, if you line them up correctly, it's going to feel very flat in there. So at all four corners, make sure your seams are matched up. Once you have it all pinned, then you want to indicate where your opening is going to be. So you can either slip a pillow form inside of it that's pre-made, or you're going to put polyfill stuffing in it. If you're going to put a pre-made pillow form, you need to leave a really large opening. I just have a few inches stitched down here. If you're going to use polyfill stuffing, then your opening needs to only be the width of your hand. So your opening would be right about in here. So whatever method you're going to use, then you would stitch over here on this side of your opening and back stitch. And then you're going to stitch down to the corner, and you're doing a 1/4 inch wide seam. When you get 1/4 of an inch away from this raw edge over here, leave your needle down, lift up your presser foot, turn, lower the presser foot, and then continue stitching. So that's how you're going to come around to all 4 corners. Then when you get to the other side of the opening, back stitch. At all 4 corners, you're going to trim some of the fabric off. So I'm going to cut enough to where I have just about 1/8 of an inch wide of fabric from that corner. And then I'm going to take a little off. What it does on the other sides is it relieves some of the bulk around those corners. So again, do it at all 4 corners. Before you turn it front side out, on one edge of your opening, you want to fold it back 1/4 of an inch and either finger press it or press it with your iron. And this will make it easier later when you go to do a hand stitch to close your opening up. Once you've got everything ready, then go ahead and reach inside and turn it front side out. Now here's one that I've got already done as far as what I've shown you. Now you're ready to either slip your pillow form inside or your polyfill stuffing. If you're going to use the polyfill stuffing, then make sure you break it up so that it's not too clumpy. And then you would go ahead and insert it in. Start pushing the polyfill towards the back. Fill in your corners up here. Then continue filling until you work your way to your opening. Then the last step is to close this opening up. To close your opening, you can either use a whip stitch, which is very easy, or you can do a ladder stitch. It's not that it's hard, but you've got to make sure how you go about doing the ladder stitch. And I will have a separate link down below your YouTube screen in the description section that you can go to learn how to do a ladder stitch. So just scroll down till you see the word more, click on it. It will expand open and you'll see all kinds of links down there. But I'm going to quickly show you how to do a whip stitch. It's really simple. So let's just pretend that these 2 pieces of fabric represent your opening. It's easier for me to demonstrate it this way. So I've put a knot at the end of my thread and I started on the back and inserted it through that little crease. Remember how I mentioned to put a little crease in there? Then you're going to go across to this other side. I'm going to turn this just a little bit so that it's easier for me to see. And you're going to go underneath and grab some of this fabric close to the edge and pull it together. And you're going to keep going across. Try to keep your stitches fairly close together. Pull it. So now you've got this, and when you pull the thread, it pulls your opening closed. Then go back to the other side, grab some of that, and you just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. When you get to the end down here of your opening, just do the same stitch in place several times. Well, here it is. It's all done, and I'm going to turn it for you, and I'm going to show you how the plaid, as I turn it, is up against the plaid on the other side. And then this little flower-like fabric, when I turn it, it meets the other side of the flower fabric. Now, there are other links down below your YouTube screen to other pillow types that you may be interested in. I'll also have that link to the ladder stitch and even quilting stitches in case you would like to do something like that on your pillow. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.